Good afternoon, everyone. First of all, I have to say thank you very much for joining GUNKUL session on the digital law show today. Today we would like to present our company overview and the full year's 2018 performance, and also how support our growth in the next few years. So let us start with our company overview by คุณกุลวีแสนชัยกร
Okay, let's start with the company overview. GUNKUL was founded in the year 1982 as an electrical equipment trader. Then we expanded ourselves into the manufacturing business and also the power plant construction business, which including the operation and maintenance service provider for the power plant. Then we expanded ourselves into the power plant operator in Japan, Myanmar, and also Malaysia. We have the power plant power purchase agreement on hand for 550 equity megawatts, which already in operation for 315 megawatts. Here is our milestone since the founding year in 1982. 10 years later, we have set up our manufacturing factory. The highlight year was in the year 2010 that we supplied and set up first Thailand wind turbine for EGAT. That was the trigger point that we enter into the renewable energy sector. And we got the first solar farm power purchase agreement for 31 megawatt named GUNKUL Chubu Power Gen. In the same year also, we are listed in the Stock Exchange of Thailand. And the year later, we are listed in Set 100. From year by year, we got more power purchase agreement on hand and secure more and more. And also operated for the power plant of solar farm, wind farm, and also solar rooftop. Now we target to achieve 1,000 contracted equity megawatt by the year 2020. In the below part of this page, we show the portion between our conventional business in the light blue and also the power generation portion in the navy blue. It is obviously shown that we've transformed ourselves from the conventional business, which has lower margin and volatile earnings, to be a power generation player that has higher margin and stable cash flow. On this page, we would like to show that we operate across the entire renewable energy value chain, that we are trader and manufacturer, that we supplies of over 5,000 electrical parts. And we are engineering, procurement, and construction contractor that we have constructed for the solar farm, wind farm, and also solar rooftop for almost 400 megawatts. And we also the power generation operator that we have the power purchase agreement on hand for 550 megawatts, which is already operation for 315 megawatts already. Here is our portfolio in Thailand and also in overseas. In Myanmar, we have entered into this country since the year 2013. We have gas-fired engine power plant for 25 megawatts, which we hold for 50%, represent 13 megawatts in equity. And in Thailand, we have solar farm for 6 projects for almost 100 megawatts, and wind farm for 170 megawatts for 3 projects, which are already operated already. The location is in northeastern part of Thailand. And we have solar rooftop and also private PPA solar rooftop, which we have done for the top tier customer like Jalern Pokapan Group, BDMS, Central Department Store, and Robinson, and also other well-known customer. In Japan, we have a total power purchase agreement for 270 megawatts. The first site named Sendai has already operations since the 1st of November last year. We would say that the operation is quite good. And the second one named Kimitsu will be operated in the next week. We plan to COD on the 1st of April. And the remaining two sites will be operation in the next 3 years. They are on development process. And in Malaysia, we have the solar farm in total megawatt of 30 megawatts, and we hold for 70% of equity benefit. So the equity megawatt that we hold is 21 megawatts. These are 4 missions to achieve the vision to become an Asia's leading renewable company. First of all, for the construction business, we plan to expand our construction business from only the power plant. We plan to expand into the transmission line and substation sectors, which are supported by Thailand government. During the second half of last year, we have just acquired the company, the construction company named Future Electrical Control, which has a very good profile and a good experience in the construction of transmission line and substation. And we believe that this is a very good advantage for GUNKUL to grow in the construction business. The second one, in the power plant business, we step to secure 1,000 megawatt by increasing capacity domestically and internationally by the year 2020. This is not only in Thailand, but also in Japan, Malaysia, which we have an experience already, and also in Vietnam and other countries that have an opportunities to grow. The third one, we enhance the company growth by entering into the private producer segment. During last year, we have just launched our new product name, Groove, or GUNKUL Rooftop, with the target customer is the household sector. We believe that this is a potential customer that will support our growth of the business in the next future. And the last one, we embrace the new technology to drive growth and expose the new opportunities to invest in next step. We try to embrace the new technology with our existing business to grow together and moving forward with the new technology in the near future. Here is our track record since the first year that we enter into the renewable energy business. Until now, we have power purchase agreement on hand for 550 megawatts, which is already overlaid for 315 megawatts, which the CAGR for 55%. In the meantime, we still are exploring and studying for the new projects, and we target to achieve 1,000 megawatt by the year 2020. Here is the details of our first solar farm project in Japan. The project name is Sendai. The location is in Sendai Prefecture, Japan. The contract capacity is 32 megawatts and the installed capacity is 38.1 megawatts. We have already operation since the 1st of November last year. And here is the perspective of the site. We would say that the operation is very well. We have operation for 4 months already. Sorry. And the second one named the Kimitsu. The location is in Kimitsu, Japan. The contract capacity is 33.5 megawatts. And the installed capacity is 40.4 megawatts. The construction has done already. We got our permit and we plan to COD during next week or on the 1st of April 2019. This is the picture of the site. And the location is a mountain, and we have to cut and fill the area to equalize the land. And now it is done for construction already. The second section is 2018 performance, and Kun Thitithipong, our CFO, will present it in this section.
Okay, thank you very much, Ms. Gulawi. Okay, next, start of our full year 2018 financial performance. On page 15, our financial position or balance sheet will show you compared to the 2017 to 2018. Our total asset is increasing up to 35.6 billion baht, about 17% increasing from the year 2017. The increasing this from VCOD, the big two wind farm, the first one in the first quarter 2018 named Green Innovation Power, about 60 megawatt, and Kolat Wind Energy in the first half in June, about 50 megawatt. And also in Japan in November, we start COD the Sendai project, about 33 megawatt. So about total 150 megawatt COD in 2018. That's why our total asset is grew or increasing up about 17%. Next, if you see about our interest-bearing debt to equity ratio, we will show you about at the end of 2018 is going up or increasing to about 2.4. So that's why, and as I mentioned earlier, VCOD about 150 megawatt. That's why our interest-bearing debt to equity is increasing up from the end of 2017 from 1.7 to 2.4. But it should be okay because our covenant ratio is up to 3.0 times. And if you focus on our current ratio, I would like to explain about this ratio because if you see on the short-term portion, the 2.8 billion debentures will be reclassified from long-term to short-term due to the maturity on this October in the years of 2019. That's why this current portion, if we break out of this current portion, our current ratio is still be okay, is about 0.97. Next, on page 17, about our revenue breakdown and earnings. If you compare the years 2018 to the years 2017, our revenue is increasing about 33% from 4.9 billion in 2017 to about 6.5 billion in 2018. This before VCOD about 150 megawatts, both wind farm and solar farm in Japan. If you compare about our net profit margin increasing from 22% to 27%. With the normal operation, because in the 2017, if you see our net profit margin contribute about 715 million baht, but in the 2018 it's shoot up to 1.17 billion. But if we plus back of the special item, about 588 million baht that occur in the first quarter in 2018. So we showed you about our normal operation net profit margin up to about 1.8 million. So it's increasing a lot, about 147%. So that's why our COD is really impact to our net profit margin and revenues. And then for the forecasting revenue breakdown and earnings in the next few years, 2019 to 2020, on page 18, we believe that or expect that our revenue will grow up at least 25% in this year, 2019, from 6.5 last year to about 8 billion baht, and also increasing up about 15 to 18%, at least to 9.2 billion in the 2020s. Then next session, I will show you about how to grow, how GUNKUL to grow, and what is the reason that support our growth that I said that in 2019 to 2020, our revenue going up at least 20% a year. On page 16, this is we believe that in 2019 our revenue and EBITDA will continue to grow 30% and 25% respectively, with these three major factors to support our growth. Start with the first one from the PDP plan 2018. That will support our solar rooftop project. We plan to expand about 70 to 100 megawatt a year in the private PPA and EPC on the solar rooftop. That can generate a revenue about 300 to 400 million baht a year, additional from the last years. And the second reason that from the fully COD of our power plant, both in Thailand and overseas, we believe that the revenue target from the power sector to achieve at least 3.5 billion in this year. And the third one, to secure the EPC of transmission line, substation, and submarine cable opportunities from the year 2019 onward. We believe that our subsidiary named FEC have to achieve at least 3 to 4 billion baht in the 2019 for the create the portion of the EPC portfolio of the GUNKUL. Before we go to the details of the constructions, that is the budget from the utilities of Thailand. I will show you about our performance and our experience by the solar floating power plant that we do the EPC for the EGAT in the Siddhinthorn dams, about 250 kilowatt, and also the submarine cable at the Got Phra Thong that we did for the PEA. We can finish and achieve before the period that about 4 months for the PEA. It's very happy for this early to complete the project. And also the opportunity in the submarine cable at Got Samui and Got Tau will be have the bidding on this year. And we believe that one of these, the ABC, our subsidiary, will be winning the bidding soon. Okay, that is our opportunity on this year. And for the opportunities on the utilities budget, on this page, page 25, the EGAT, PEA, and MEA from the year 2018 to 2023 have the budget totally about 300 billion baht. If we focus only on the PEA project, about 1/3, 150 billion for the total budget. For the PEA project, value per year, if we divide it in the 5 to 6 years, is about 24 billion. This 24 billion budget, the FEC, subsidiary of GUNKUL, should be win about the target about 3.4 billion, or about 10% that we target that the FEC would be achieved and create the portfolio of the EPC to the GUNKUL for this year. So far, the FEC have the backlog, or GUNKUL have the backlog about 2 billion. Next page, on page 26, about 2 billion baht. That come from, about 60% come from the high voltage power distribution system and underground cable. And about 20%, about 400 million baht generated from the substation 115 kV, and also solar rooftop project to do the EPC about 15%. So that's why we believe that about 3 to 4 billion baht would be achieved by this year, because so far we have the backlog over 2 billion right now. Okay, next we would like to show you about our wind project performance in the year 2018. We have 3 wind projects. Start with the WED. We have 60 megawatt. Last year in the 2018, they can produce the electricity is about 123.7 million units and have the wind speed, average wind speed on the WED area about 5.38 meters per second, and have the plant availabilities over 96%. This is over our projections. And also the second farm named Green Innovation, 60 megawatt, the same megawatt. That COD on the 27 March last year, 2018, can generate the electricity about 123.5 units did this for about 9 months. The wind speed, average wind speed on the green innovation area is about 5.24 meter per second and have the capacity factor over 27% and plant availability is over 96%. And the third one named Kolat Wind Energy is 50 megawatt. We started COD in 20 June, create the capacity or production about 83.2 units. Did this for about 6 months. So if you compare to full years or fully booked, maybe the last one or in the Kolat Wind Energy can produce the energy over 150 150 million units a year, because the average wind speed in the second half of the year 2018 is really good, is over 6.1 meter per second and have the plant availability about 96%, also capabilities factors over 25%. So this is our 3 wind projects performance in the last year. But if you forecast or see the production unit, this is in between P50 to P75. It's quite well, especially in the third quarter in the 2018. This is our wind performance of the GUNKUL Engineering. These 3 projects will be fully booked in this year that we believe with the wind farm can generate the revenue at least 2.2 billion baht, and the net profit margin, I think it's at least about 40 to 45%. So this is only wind. But for the solar farm, it's quite stable. A quarter about 260, 270 million baht for a quarter a year. So total for the revenue from solar farm is about 900. And the net profit margin average for the solar farm, I think is about 40%. Because the wind and the solar will be fully booked in this year 2019, and also we plan to COD another one, the second solar farm in Japan, as Kun Lavi mentioned earlier in the Kimitsu, about 38 megawatt. So that's why I think for the revenue of GUNKUL for this year have to be shoot up about 25%, at least 8 billion baht. We can achieve, we believe that. That's all that our company overview and performance in the 2018, and also our direction to growth, which support our growth, these 3 measures that I mentioned earlier. And we believe that in the 2019 and 2020, the GUNKUL still be in the growth stage of the company direction. Okay, thank you very much for joining our session. I'm Thitithipong Techaratanayunjong, CFO of the GUNKUL, and Ms. Kulavi. Okay, before we go to the have the questions online. The first one, could you please share the timeline progress on the Malaysia project? Okay. For the Malaysia project that we announced last year, about 30 megawatt, we hold about 70%, 21st megawatt. The project timeline that by the PPA, we have to COD by the end of this year. So that's why now we start for the construction, and we plan to COD in December this year. Okay, the second, after your plan, Japan project is done, where will be your next? Target countries. Okay, I think actually we not start specific in Japan, but in the Japan project that we can close the risk first. So that's why we beginning at the overseas project in Japan. A long time we studied, every country that have the opportunities. That's why we got the PPA from the Malaysia. And if I have to say next target country, maybe in the Vietnam and another the new PPA in Malaysia and also in Cambodia. That I think is our next target country. Another question is there any effects from the strength of Thai baht? I think no, because we have the extra item in the first quarter 2018 already. So that's why if the Thai baht is strength or the appreciation of Thai baht, I think it's benefit to us because we are the import base to import the part equipment for to manufacturing our part and for the new project. And some of the portion that import we have to hedge already at least 50%. So I think no any effects from now if the Thai baht is staying from now. And the third question, what is the capex set aside for the respective business segment? I think from the year 2019 to 2022, we set the capex for a year about 4 to 5 billion baht a year because we plan to COD for the solar private PPA about 80 to 100 megawatt a year, and also the opportunity in the overseas project. We have to achieve that our target about 1,000 megawatt in 2022. So that's why we said that the capex about 4 to 5 billion baht a year. For the dividend policy, at least 40% of the net profit. So that's why if you see the last 2 years, we paid almost 90% for the dividend policy. So it depends on the growth of the net profit margin. So don't worry about the dividend policy. I think it's at least 40%, no, but every year we pay more than that. Thank you very much.